Alright, BobalosRex here. And this is going to be a quick one today. It's a cooking video. Dragonflight cooking is actually pretty simple, but it may be kind of tricky to level it up at a certain point. Oh my god, I gotta turn around. So, I'm over here. Here, let's see if I can do this right. Oh, I can, I'm not cut off. So, as you can see right over here, I'm right here in Tarakai. And you may wonder why I'm here for the cooking video instead of Valdraken. It's because this NPC right here is a very easy way to get a feast recipe. But let's get into cooking overall. So you can learn it in many places in the Dragon Isles. There's a cooking trainer in Valdraken. There's a cooking trainer actually just north of this spot right here. Alright, I'm gonna buy some potatoes in a second. So the thing about Dragon Isles cooking is it's pretty simple. Buy some extra stuff, get a bunch of meat, level it up. You know, it should be an easy level up for most people. There are some scattered recipes through some quests, but I think most people, if you're gonna have trouble with cooking, you're gonna hit a point at like 50 when you're like, okay, where do I get a recipe, more recipes, right? So I have this recipe right here that I can do, which is one of the extra stuff you can add. It's a finishing reagent, and this one, we'll go over that in a second. So these are most of the recipes you'll learn leveling up, you know, all the snacks. Now level 50, there's a couple recipes you can get. You can get the feast that I'm here to get, aka Eustace Hearty Stew. You can get this, which is learned through a whole bunch of quests at the Ruby Feasts. They are daily reset, so you'd have to do them daily. They're like right up here in Valdraken. You do the quest for the Ruby Feasts. You know, they have a good time. At the end, you get that. There's an achievement related to it as well. Then you have 3 feasts right here: Graal's Reverence, Graal's Veneration, and Graal's Devotion. All of these feasts give your primary stat, as you can see. And they come from the community feasts. Alright. So you definitely want to be doing that. And then this one is also main stat. Alright, as you can see, primary stat 40, primary stat 40, and even uses. Okay, so uses is your lowest secondary stat. Alright, so uses is convenient for leveling, which you're going to see here, and the other ones are what feasts you'd actually want to use. So, if you're not getting lucky with the community feast, work on those quests in Valdraken. Now, if you're talking about food for yourself, now this is where we can get into the stuff. So, you have some more meat recipes here. As you can see, these ones drop when cooking these other meats, right? So, I could start cooking these, okay, and learn some of these recipes. So see, this says cooking charred hornswog. I start cooking. Wait, I don't even have that, do I? Yeah, so oh, so that's a drop. So the meat recipes, as you can see, okay, and then that was from the quest. Yeah, that's the one I've gotten before. And then this you'd get from cooking. So as you can see, these meat recipes, one, aren't really relevant because like I said, as you can see, I haven't barely touched them. But then you also have these desserts here, which are just fun little stuff. And these recipes are from quests, from you can actually, this one comes from the vendor in Kalawak. Oh wait, no, is that, no, that's not the name of it. I'm dumb as fuck. Iskara. I'm so dumb. I was thinking of the Northrun one. Alright, now the main thing, right? The main thing that you're gonna do if you want to level cooking is, and then the recipes that matter are the recipes that come from the Draconic recipe in a bottle, okay? So these fish meals, right? Okay, so as you can see, the meat meal is like 47 stamina, 31 stamina. See, these meat meals aren't like huge, right? So you're like, okay, so where's the good food for myself? Okay, it's these. So as you can see, these fish dishes are learned from the Draconic recipe in a bottle. And there is also a quest in the Waking Shore that gives you one of these free. It is from the Tuskar quest line that I was talking about in my Autuk video. You get a freebie recipe from that quest line, and you essentially you create these foods, right? So say I knew Timely Demise. I craft this, and then these are where we get the good food, right? For an individual, right? Not feasts. Feasts are the best for a raid, but for an individual, crafting Seamoth Surprise, Timely Demise, Salt Bait, Fish Cake, or Fillet of Fish will unlock these deluxe fish recipes, which give multi-stats. Alright, so that's Haste Crit, you had Haste Verse, you got Verse Mastery. Alright, so these will unlock when cooking those fish foods that you unlock through the Draconic recipes. Alright, so that's the main way you're going to level up higher than 50, is I would recommend getting one of the recipes from the Draconic bottles. So if you're farming the tackle boxes, try to get one of the recipes through that. Or if you're having bad luck, get the Tuskar rep, do that quest line, get your freebie one, and start unlocking some of these deluxe fishing dishes. Though, for that quest line, since you only get to pick one, right? You do only get to pick one, right? I would look for the one that's going to have your best stats. So pull open your cooking menu. Yeah, this is the cooking menu. So you'd pull this up, and then you'd look and see which ones are your best stats for your class, and you'd be like, alright, that's the one I want to get. And then you'll look over here and see which one it can proc from. So this is Fillet of Fangs or Salt Baked Fish Cake. This one is from Timely Demise or Salt Baked Fish Cake. So I'd look through and figure out which one exactly you'd want. And most of what I'm telling you, you can figure out in the journal, but I'm just going over it so people know. There are a few other recipes that are locked through Rep, Louie Gooey Chocolate, which is one of the finishing reagents. So there's like 3 of them that really matter. Ooey Gooey Chocolate. Oh, it only lasts a day. It increases the number of servings you produce. And then the chocolate is earned at max rep with the... Or maybe that's 4 out of 5. Either way, Ooey Gooey Chocolate is going to take you a while to unlock. Now, the cutting knives, another good recipe to level up, as you can see, is from Tuskar Renown 15. And then the salad is from Dragon Scale. Alright, so these are finishing reagents. Salad is for multi-craft, so that I would use that over the chocolate, honestly. Alright, and then you got the cutting knife, which is for resourcefulness, so you'll save some ingredients when you're cooking on that. And then I am going to go over to cooking equipment. Tailors make the helm, as you can see here. And then scribes make the rolling pin. I need to get him set up with a better one. Now, the reason why I'm here, to end up this cooking video, I'm going to max out my cooking right here. So I'm going to head over to Yusa here. Yusa is a cool NPC. As you can see from all the things it's telling me, if I slash hungry at Yusa, she'll be like, dang, you need some food. Take this recipe. You can take this recipe, get your first feast, which is very nifty way to level. As you can see, I can make a couple of it, so I'm going to head over here. I'm going to buy some potatoes. Let's buy some potatoes. And we're going to make some of this feast. I went away from my cooking fire, and that's great. Let's drop another one. Normally I have my little Ragnaros as my cooking fire. But yeah, we're gonna level up our cooking. Now the last thing that I'm gonna talk about, there's one more recipe that I have here that I like, and it's a good one to earn, is the Faded Fortune Cookie. Now, the Faded Fortune Cookie, you get this recipe by opening Faded Fortune Cookie, or Faded Fortune cards, alright? So, you have a scribe, make yourself a bunch of cards, open them cards, and you should get the recipe soon. As you can see, I'm not 100. I didn't get myself enough Alphen Dorado. I was gonna send some over on my DH, but as you can see, my cooking's been leveling up fine. It does look like the hearty stew and even the salad on the side have run out, but the recipes that will not stop giving you skill are these fish fillets. So I just learned that even useless stew will not level you up all the way consistently. The Faded Fortune Cookie here, that I got right here, is I'm gonna learn, will actually as well level you up all the way to 100. So if you want to make a bunch of fortune cookies, which give you agility, so the fortune cookies do give you the main stat like any feast would, so that's pretty good to know. But yeah, if you want to make fortune cookies, you're going to need more cards. So this is like a scribe cook thing to level up. But if you're trying to level up on your own, I recommend getting 70, collecting some bottles, or doing the Tuskar rep for the freebie. So you're guaranteed one of these recipes. You learn one of these fish. As you can see, I could craft so many of them, and then use them to level up all the way up to 100, and then you can start crafting the good feast meal, the good feast fish dishes, which, as you can see, also require our Alphen Dorado. But that's going to be my cooking video. This is already dragging on a bit long, but to sum it up, if you're trying to level cooking, do Tuskar rep, do fishing. But if you're just trying to get a feast, do the community feasts or the Ruby feast questline, which requires a bunch of dailies. Essentially, it's a daily chain that you can finish. So that's pretty much cooking. Dragonflight cooking is pretty straightforward. I like that you got the new profession equipment. As you can see, the profession equipment here is giving me more craft speed and multi-craft, resourcefulness, and crafting speed. You know, it's going to help me make a lot of food for myself and others. Anyways, thank you again for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.